Oops.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks.
Here we go. In our last video, we told you we were heading to San Antonio, or we would see you in San Antonio, and today's the day. So it's travel day. We're getting ready to take off. Just hooked up the rig.
So we got about a 3-hour drive to Medina Lake, so it's not too bad. We got lunch packed. Dogs all did their business, and they're all strapped in and ready to go.
Yeah, 167 miles in the old GPS. So not too bad. We're heading to Medina Lake, Thousand Trails. So the weather looks like it's going to be much better than it was here at Colorado River the last few days.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get an e-bikes ride in. Hopefully we can get a motorcycle ride in.
Some hiking in.
Some hiking, all that good outdoor stuff that we love to do. So
enjoy the sun.
Enjoy the sun, that's right.
So if you remember in our last video, we had lost power in the RV park because the line 2 wasn't getting enough amps, and so we switched our volts. Sorry, non-electrician, non-mechanical person here. So this morning, the campground maintenance guy came through, and they're putting some bags over about probably like 20 or 30 pedestals out in the new section. They're gonna have the electrician come out tomorrow and hopefully solve the problem. Hopefully soon it'll be fixed, but hopefully it's not one of those Thousand Trail parks where they're gonna leave the bags covered for a while over the breaker boxes.
We made it to Medina Lake, Thousand Trails in Texas, just outside of San Antonio. It's like the southwest side, kind of. And there are deer everywhere in this park. Holy cow. We've probably seen 50 deer at least. And I guess that's kind of what this park is known for, where the deer will just come right up to you, wanting you to feed them. But obviously that's illegal and you can get a big fine, so don't do that. It's pretty cool watching them walking through campsites, laying down in campsites next to campers. So we got a pretty sweet site, and it's going to be a nice view coming off our back patio. There's actually some hills here. Look at this. There's Jen.
Hello.
We made it.
Yes.
What do you think so far? Like
Nice.
this? Yeah?
Oh, cool.
Like all the deer?
Oh yeah.
And then we got this view sitting on the back patio. Not too shabby. So we just got up to take the dogs for the first walk. Check this out. That deer over there is drinking from the water dripping off that guy's spigot. Look at you. So cool. Feels like we're at a petting zoo or something. So we're down here by the lake, Medina Lake, here at the campground. Wow, the water is so low. So low. Check this out. So this will really put it into perspective of how low this lake is. There's the water. And there's the boat launch way up there. So that's pretty sad. Our neighbors last night were telling us that it's because of overconsumption and drought. Today we are doing an e-bikes ride. We are in San Antonio, Texas at Mission Concepcion. It is a trail that can be found on All Trails app called the San Antonio Mission Trail. So it's pretty cool. There's a bunch of older architectural buildings
where all the missions are from. So they're all in San Antonio. It's about 13.7 miles.
And it's absolutely gorgeous out. It's about 70 degrees and sunny and beautiful, slight breeze, so.
And if you love the national park stuff and you're keeping track, actually it is the National Park Service preserved this mission trail, so you can check that one off.
Check that one off the old bucket list.
Slow down, mama, why you talk so mean? Good Lord, man, shit, it ain't what it seems. You got nice clothes and nice shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, cracker jack.
So here at this trailhead, if you do not own an e-bike and you want to try one out, you can actually rent them.
Don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play?
So it looks like so far to actually stop and visit some of these missions, you do have to go off trail, but there are signs pointing in the direction you need to go to, and it is a paved bike path to get to these missions. They do ask you to dismount your bike, and there's some bike racks that you can lock them up or whatever if you need to, and then walk around and check it out. Or you can just walk your bike.
Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here
So this is Mission San Jose. It's pretty cool. It's a beautiful church inside there.
here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice.
If you haven't used the All Trails app ever, I would highly suggest using it. We use it pretty much everywhere we go. If we want to go do an e-bikes ride or a hike, the All Trail app is awesome. You can navigate with it, so you always kind of stay on course, and if you do get off course, a message will pop up saying, hey, you're off course. So it's kind of dummy proof.
Don't you want to play? Baby, come on. Tell me where you want to go. But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't. Alright, mama, sure is getting late. Come on now.
All right, guys, this is number 3 out of 4 missions, and this is the San Juan mission.
Yep, Mission San Juan.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. This trail is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
It's very road biker friendly. Everything's paved. There's plenty of spots to stop if you need to. There's water fill stations, restrooms, picnic tables.
Everything along the way. And the missions are really amazing.
They are.
So.
They really, really are. They're very cool. So let's show you around San Juan mission. Ranger Dana here with us now. She's gonna give us a little explanation of these missions that are along this cool mission trail. So without further ado.
Hey everybody, I'm Ranger Dana. We're here at the San Antonio Missions National Historical Park. Specifically here we're at Mission San Juan. So these missions here in San Antonio, we have 5 old Spanish missions, 1 still functioning Spanish colonial aqueduct, and the ruins of a mission ranch. So altogether that makes up the largest concentration of Spanish colonial architecture anywhere in North America. And these places were where the Spanish empire was trying to expand, their form of colonizing was a little bit different than, say, the English. Instead of sending a lot of families from Spain, or even from New Spain, from what's now Mexico, to Texas, it was known that Texas was a very dangerous place because of these very powerful native tribes that were that overpowered or that outnumbered and outgunned sometimes the Spanish. So the Spanish, instead of sending a bunch of families, because nobody wanted to come, it was dangerous, the Spanish are sending Catholic Franciscan missionaries to go make contact with the native people living in the area and try to Spanishize them, basically. They want to make them Spanish. Scholars believe that, especially in the beginning and the first contact between the Spanish and the native people in this area, because we've got a cultural barrier and a language barrier, and that it's thought that at the very beginning, likely the native people here understood the missions as a form of a temporary alliance. So instead of this place, a lot of times people ask, were the native people forced to live here? Were they slaves here? Were they held here by force? This was a place where, again, for different reasons perhaps, right? The Franciscans want to convert the native people to Catholicism, to make them, this word is very loaded, but to civilize them, essentially make them more like the Spanish. Think about it from the other perspective. This was a place where, again, we have small bands of hunter-gatherers, and they can form an alliance that is beneficial in terms of physical security from these other groups like the Apache and the Comanche, who are mounted warriors and really powerful. And if these if these small bands are caught and caught by a raiding party, they could be captured or killed. And I think it's important to note that even though people were not held here against their will necessarily, especially at first, and people were not treated as slaves, this is still a place, we hope, and we hope to express that to people, that this is still a place that is considered sacred and hallowed ground, because regardless of their intentions, the Franciscans transmitted a lot of diseases that they did not, right? Measles and smallpox were a big problem. Yikes. And so this is still a place where a lot of native people died. There is a burial ground. There's a little info panel about it, but just on the other side of that wall. And check it out. So again, we ask people to kind of
thank you so much, Ranger Dana. That was awesome.
No problem.
So we are at our last mission on this trip, and this is the Espada mission. So it's pretty cool too. Well, that was pretty cool.
It was?
Yeah. Yeah, 20 miles. We ended up putting 20 miles on it, and just so you know, if you do the loop, when you get down to the end and you start coming back on the right side, then part of it is gravel. So we ended up jumping over to the original side we were on, that because that's paved the whole way. So,
and lots of areas to like stop and explore, which we did a lot of.
Yeah, we probably, if we had to do it over again, we would have packed a lunch and, stopped by the river somewhere at one of the picnic tables. There's a bunch of them along the way, and had a picnic, had lunch or something. That would have been pretty cool. So if you do the trip or you do the ride, then we recommend doing that.
Yep, pack your own lunch.
All right.
We did not. We had a Whataburger before we started.
Whata chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to ride the Harley.
Maybe. You guys want to ride on the Harley? Wants a tour. Oh, close it. Alibel's trying to come out behind you. What they're like, yeah, we're going to be moving on.
Where'd your antlers go, buddy?
Yeah, where'd your antlers go?
They gone. Your buddy over there still has his, though. Probably fall off here soon though, huh? So we're gonna take the dogs for a walk in one of the mini trails here at Medina Lake. We just did a 360-degree virtual tour of this campground, so check that out. There's all kinds of like little decorations and stuff in the trees on this trail, so I don't know, makes it interesting when you're walking on the trail. Our Dotson is 13 years old, and she still loves walks. She keeps up pretty good too. Heck, a lot of times she leads it, huh, Mama?
Yeah, most of the time she does.
When we got itty bitty a few years ago, kind of put a spark in our Dotson Allie, made her young again. So whenever Allie's ears flip over like that, we always say that she has her solar panels out. She's recharging her little Dotson batteries. That concludes this week's video. We are heading to the Davis Mountains in West Texas on Monday. So next week's video, hopefully we'll get some good shots of some actual mountains or hills or whatever they call them down here in the lower 48.